Sanjay, we talked about marketing and sales alignment and a lot of effort done by marketing to build the pipeline, nurture the pipeline, and events being one of them. So all of this culminates into a lot of data being collected, right? With this plethora of data that is available to us, how can businesses move beyond the visualization bit and delve into more meaningful, prescriptive and predictive analytics to make better sense of the data that we have been generating all through the years?
Yeah, very good question. And Prashant, we spoke about that. I'm very passionate about this particular area. Now, I mean, I'll start with some of my experiences coaching some people around these places, and also my personal experiences of gaining some skills around this. I think in many cases, in many organizations, not just with the marketing function, but also with other functions, we take data, we spit out some reports, we give visualizations, and our favorites usually are the pie charts. And we think that, hey, we done like beautiful analytics and intelligence. And now in many cases, we say that that's AI also, in some cases at least. So, but that I don't call that we are getting into really a space where we are adding value from the data we collect. So I always refer this as a one continuum where you have data. From data you get to information, and from information you get to insights, and insights to drive actions. And then through the actions there is a feedback which is given back for you. So that's why I call it a continuum. And I can probably take you through one example of how I would probably do that in marketing. So data, you have a website, you get thousands of people visiting your website. So you have this data coming in, people from across the globe are visiting. So that's like sheer data. Then you piece out the information from there in terms of, okay, because of reverse IP lookup or geographical tagging, you know from where people are coming. Okay, I'm getting more people visiting my website from Bangalore, or I'm getting more people visiting from this client ABC. That also you can get up to a great extent. So you get to an information level. So the insight level is again telling this to the relevant teams, and maybe an account, maybe an ABC is an account-based marketing account, ABM account. So you give that information to this person that, hey, I see that your client has got like 20% of the visits we got into this AI pages. You see that, you see how the information is coming to the AI pages has been from your client ABC. Now that's another good piece of insight you are sharing. In many cases, I would say probably 80% of us stop at giving that report out, saying like good pie chart, and hey, it's 7,500 visits in last 1 week, and this is the spread is, and all those kind of things. But less people get into insights, and the smartest ones get into actions. Okay, now I have this insight that my client ABC looks like possibly interested in AI. Now, what is the action I can take? And this again, in a B2B scenario, it is a collaborative effort between sales and marketing. It is in majority of the cases, it is not just marketing has to take action. It is sales and marketing taking action. So here, probably the account team, where maybe the ABM market is part of, they sit together and decide, hey, this is interesting because I never has been talking to this client on AI. I've been talking to the client on something else, and now I see there's an interest in AI. Or it could be that, I talked to a couple of people. I know that a couple of people are interested. Nothing has kind of furthered in that, but this is now interesting. So now if I'm a smarter account manager, then I will go back to the client. And obviously I cannot say that, hey, I know what you did on my pages last night, but I will put in a nice way that, hey, I will probably speak to the department heads and all those, hey, why don't we kind of talk about some of these things? I'm happy to kind of do a small session, hands-on workshop or something. So that is where the action comes back to you. And then based on the action, then there may be some feedback. Say, that, hey, we did this session, it went on fine. I think we need to send them the next piece of information. So there are some actions coming out of that. And what marketing helps is bring that scale to a really high range to get this done, which we cannot do manually for one person each. So are we kind of working around the continuum of data to information to insights to action is a challenge for every marketer. Don't just leave it at visualization, but like go further. Now, I will also probably take this prescriptive analysis into a little bit of predictive part also. Now, uh, if you are seeing that potentially there are X number of clients with a probability put in there, X number of clients who buy product A, after 7 months, there is 35% probability for these people to buy product B, because that is your cross-sell, upsell, whatever you call it. Now, if your data can get into those insights, then there are powerful actions you can take. I mean, it is not just for marketing, but also for sales and other revenue generating departments. Now, you know that Prashant has bought this particular product A on January 1st. And I know that the chances of Prashant picking up product B after 6 months or 8 months is 35%, which is very high in a B2B scenario, which is very high. So I can start kind of injecting into Prashant's campaigns, which are addressing Prashant, those kind of messages, social proofing, testimonials, target Prashant with some of those related stuff. So from prescriptive analysis, you could even predict some of this behavior. Some of the behaviors of a customer journey also could be predicted to be a greater extent. Your story becomes more powerful when you understand all this data into a context and you can give insights. And again, see the power of telling somebody who has bought the product A, saying that 8 out of 10 clients who bought the product A have bought the product B in like 6 months or 8 months. So then you are again nudging that customer who has bought the product A that, hey, I'm losing something if I don't buy that product B after 6 months. So some these all work when you put these messages together. So you have to take the raw data, filter it out to get information. I mean, you can visualize it, but don't stop at visualization. Get into that prescription of what are the actions which you should take, and then feed it back into your system so that you are learning continuously and finding these trends and then sharing these trends and taking actions. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, in fact, that is what makes marketing so interesting, right? It's a continuous form of work, which means that the action is always taking place.
Yep.
And it is always evolving, and the continuum is the perfect word to summarize the overall situation. It doesn't start, it doesn't end, it's always in motion.
Exactly. And as marketers have got access to a lot of data. So then, I mean, it's not how you use that data to deliver those messages and influence people to take actions. It may not be you always, but influence people around you to make actions. And there's a famous saying I think I read like quite some time back in one of the books. We say that, and it's then the memes also nowadays, that in God we trust, everyone else bring data. So yeah, and marketers have this. So you can go with the data, and I will say that not probably data, but insights and actions, and then tell that this is what the insight and action is saying. Now, if you have a contrarian view, which is not based on intuition, your intuition, you tell me. And many cases, the contrarian views are based on intuition. Hey, I think that will not work, or I think it should work like that. But when you have a data to prove it otherwise, or the same, then you are the god there. You are the god there. So I think it is in one of the books which talked about Google. It says that there is something called HIPPO, or HIPPO, which is highest paid person's opinion. So if nobody has got data, the HIPPO rules. So if you have data and you can prove, hey, I'm asking this action to be taken because of this. But if nobody has got data and everybody got their own intuitions on how it works, of course, you know whose opinion will matter at the end of the day. Yeah. So marketers have got a really great chance to influence these actions.
Yeah, in fact, if you really look at it, many times sales have these accounts and they might not know what is going in their account, which we will know because we have access to this type of data, the secondary data that comes in. who is coming to our website, who are the people who are hitting us. So yes, we are blessed by data, and now it is our responsibility to leverage that data.
Yeah, and also with the technology advancements, you can even marry your first-party data with the data you see out. I mean, like social listening. What are these people saying? Hey, I see that this client ABC is coming to our AI pages, and you see two press releases that client did. That was also an AI. So you marry this data, you validate the data, you substantiate the data, underline the data, and then give it to them. Which is a strong proof for them to take actions.